name. I got yours, right? But I never got.
Hey, it's Matt Logan. Good morning. Morning hair. So somebody sent me a message. If I haven't returned your messages, by the way, it's not because I don't want to or anything. It's Christmas time. I'm just super busy like everybody else is. I try to look and at least read all the messages so that I can kind of have my, finger on the pulse of what everybody is kind of looking for and wanting in this show because this is really about my description of morning hair is really quite simply to be real. I mean, I crawl out of bed and this is it. You get my morning hair. It's not that I have a wild hair that I need to vent or whatever. It's about us just being that real and vulnerable and honestly intimate about what is really going on and happening in a lot of different things and ways in the world and in our minds and all that. So with that, I will hopefully eventually be able to get back to everybody's messages. I really appreciate them deeply. Truly do. I very honestly, I'm not afraid of getting in front of the camera. I don't get joy from it, but it is something that I'm not afraid of. So I've offended some people, quite a few people with some of those messages. And I think that's something that we all should do. I think we should offend others. And I mean that in the sense of this, there's a phrase, a saying, it goes something like, you should conquer yourself rather than conquer the world. So in other words, if we're not constantly trying to better ourselves, beat ourselves today from yesterday, learn more today than what we knew yesterday, those types of things, it's really not worth it. I mean, truly, it makes it very difficult for us to go day to day. And if we're trying to conquer the world, that means we're going to please everybody. We're trying to please everybody. That's the only way to do that, really. Yeah, and I might be getting the phrase wrong, but I hope you understand the idea of it is that we have to work on ourselves. See, I've learned even through discussing the death of my daughter and how that happened and what I learned from it and all those things, it's offended people. And it's weird. I don't understand it, but it is truly weird. By the way, we're going to give more coffee away because people have said that the coffee is fantastic. I really appreciate everybody who's made a purchase from the website at shinybrand.com. And the coffee giveaway seems to be really good. I am working, looking at ways to make that giveaway a little bit more smooth. But in just a second, I'm gonna tell you how to win some coffee, a bag of whole bean coffee. So offend others. I mean, don't go around trying not to offend them because you're gonna offend them anyway. Is ultimately what the realization is. So in the segment for defining your day today, a determined fool. So I was looking at, I was having a conversation, looking at some past conversations via text and things. And there's literally been situations that I've been in with other people and they completely call it something different. And I'm not saying that it's not a big deal different. It's just not. However, they really called it differently. I was a basketball official for a number of years, and you have to call it like you see it. I understand that. However, there is something else that you do as an official. You have a partner, right? You have somebody that is there to also say, hey, wait a minute, my angle showed something very, very different. You talk about it and you're like, okay, yeah, here's what the truth really is from the best of our ability. So what I've found is, and I remembered this quote then after reading that, and Mark Twain said, the truth has no defense against a fool determined to believe a lie. So a determined fool, it doesn't matter what you talk about. You need to just simply say, look, that's not the way I see it. I'm sorry. We can either work on this or I need to walk away from this and things like that. So be aware of a determined fool that the truth is not even defensible with them. I mean, literally things in their same eyes. A fool will simply not understand that there's a different truth than the delusion of their mind. And that's part of why I offend people, apparently, is because I just am going to say it like that. Because, quite frankly, I have been the fool and I have needed to have people guide me to come out of that. My parents, my friends, my grandparents, all throughout my life, that's super important thing to have, is to have that other official to spot you and say, that's not the way I saw it. Creating your future. Are you offended? I think in order to create a positive and uplifting future, actually, you know what? Let's do the giveaway. So what I need you to do, I know that we're Christmas Eve. Merry Christmas Eve, by the way. Going to do a Christmas show tomorrow, and going to share some Christmas memories and the Christmas story. I simply need you to say right now in the comments, here 13. 13 is my favorite number, by the way. So just say here 13, and then I'll connect with you a little bit later and get your address and mail that out. So the first person that does that in the comments, here 13 on the live show. I'm watching it right here in front of me. So the first person to do that, here 13. Are you offended? You've heard me say this before. Thanks, I got your message. I'll connect with you later. You've heard me talk about Marcus Aurelius' quote many times if you've followed me at all. And Marcus Aurelius said, choose not to be harmed and you won't feel harmed. Don't feel harmed and you haven't been. One of the things that I find completely amazing is some of the most intelligent people, the most decorated people that I've seen. And when I say decorated, I mean they've won awards for different things like doctorates. They've got doctorates. They've won awards for all kinds of different wonderful things they've done for communities. Extremely intelligent people. We think we've evolved in our emotions, and we think we've evolved in that, and we just haven't. Marcus Aurelius is basically saying here what we would call, don't be butt harmed. Don't be butt hurt. He's saying, don't be harmed. You won't feel harmed. We really haven't evolved in that sense, in my opinion. And what this does is, he says, choose not to be harmed. That means we're going to be bombarded by external circumstances and things that happen. And that means just choose not to have those harm you. But and here's the way I've said it for years. Circumstances do not make you who you are. Circumstances reveal who you are. The circumstances that hit us constantly and bombard us all the time are the things that will reveal what our character truly is. Not that we don't mess up, not that we don't feel harmed on occasion with these things, but simply that it will reveal our true nature, our true character. And I truly believe that, and I've experienced it in my own life with a lot of different things. He talks about feelings. Choose not to be harmed and you won't feel harmed. Don't feel harmed and you haven't been, because he's basically realizing 2,000 years ago that our feelings are not facts. Our feelings are just simply something, the way that we react to something. And so don't feel harmed and you haven't been. It's pretty simple in my opinion. So I know we're trying to get this at 10 minutes. We're at 10 minutes right now. And so the last thing, and that I'm going to talk about, and this is one of the things that offends people is my faith. I'm not trying to tell you you should have the same faith that I have. I've never done that in my entire life. I will present my faith to you, and I will talk to you about my faith. I will introduce you to Jesus if you would like. However, I'm not going to say that that you have to do that. That is something that is it's a personal choice. It's a personal relationship, in my opinion. So my faith-based thought comes out of Psalms 96, verse 3, and I am going to declare to the nations the glory of God, plain and simple. If you don't like it, shut the front door, go to the neighbor's house and bother them about their faith, because it's not going to offend me. It's not going to bother me, no matter how much you bombard me about how offensive it is to have a show with a faith, with my faith-based thought in it. This is my show. Sorry, maybe that's arrogant, but it is. Get your own show and whatever. So what did Marcus really say again? Oh yeah, you can go back and look it up. So I say with boldness, Psalms 96:3, declare his glory among the nations, his marvelous works among all the people. We celebrate the birth of Christ tomorrow. Marvelous works among all the people, in my opinion. I've gotten a few texts here and stuff too, so I thank you so much. This is about doing this together. Yeah, I'm going to do other things. I have some things in the works and whatever, but this particular morning show, we're going to determine the time. Some people have said that 6 o'clock is too early, so I'm still, send me what you think. I mean, I know that there's a replay on this, obviously, but send me what you think. I appreciate you. And we will talk tomorrow on Christmas Day. Enjoy your Christmas Eve.